Hello, good afternoon. My name is Minerva Milford, and on behalf of the Cultural Awareness Commission and the City of Hoffman Estates, I would like to welcome you to the 2021 Hispanic Heritage Day Fiesta. Hola, buenas tardes. Yo soy Minerva Milford y quisiera darles la bienvenida a nuestra fiesta de celebración de la herencia hispana. De parte de la Comisión Cultural de la Ciudad de Hoffman Estates, les queremos dar la bienvenida.
Pleased to be here at Hispanic Heritage Day. This is an event sponsored by the Cultural Awareness Commission of the Village of Hoffman Estates. One of the great things with living where we do in America is that we can enjoy the culture, the food, and all the heritage of all the peoples who live in this country. And we've got people from all over the world living in Hoffman Estates, calling it home now. And I think it really makes our community a much better place. We celebrate our diversity in Hoffman Estates, and everybody brings something to the community, and that's what we're honoring today. The history of the Hispanic peoples in our area and in the world has been very, very, very extensive. They've had a great deal of influence on what we think, what we eat, and the music, and all the culture. So we're very pleased with that. Also today we're honoring Pearl Henderson, who chaired the Cultural Awareness Commission for many, many years. She and her husband Leonard have been so involved in the community for decades, and we're pleased to honor Pearl on this day also. So if you can't be here today, come on, check it out next year. We always do it in October, and it's a really fun event.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Minerva Milford, and on behalf of the Cultural Awareness Commission, I would like to welcome you all to the 2021 Hispanic Heritage Day celebration. Today we are celebrating culture, people, unity, diversity. Hola, buenas tardes. Me llamo Minerva Milford y de parte de la Comisión Cultural nos gustaría darles la bienvenida a la fiesta de celebración de herencia hispana. Hoy estamos celebrando nuestra gente, cultura y diversidad. I hope you enjoy today's fiesta. We're going to start with the food in a few minutes. It's still cooking in the kitchen, so hold it. But while we're waiting, we are delighted to have Jose with us today, who's going to start us with a beautiful, wonderful music. He is awesome in Latin American music, so let's take it away.
Thank you.
Mexican song for you. It's usually played with the whole mariachi band, but I'm just gonna play with the guitar.
enjoying the music and the food. Just want to let you know that this would not be possible without the support of our mayor. It is my privilege to introduce the person that makes this all happen, Mayor McLeod.
It's a great privilege to be here today. I have with me today Trustee Mike Gaeta, Trustee Anna Newell, Trustee Karen Mills, Trustees Arnett and Stanton were here earlier, but they had other engagements they had to get to. But I think you're really going to enjoy this program. We get to enjoy all the heritage of the Hispanic peoples worldwide and the great contributions they made to this country and all the countries in the world. Hoffman Estates is lucky that we're such a diverse place. We get to enjoy the culture, the heritage, and the food of people all over the world. Hoffman Estates is a very diverse community. We also are very pleased to honor Pearl Henderson, who started this event and was chair of our Cultural Awareness Commission for decades. Pearl has recently retired from the commission, but she still has a great deal of influence. She volunteers all over the place, GG's, Hanover Township. Her list of professional and accomplishments, educational accomplishments, and all the volunteer activities would take up the rest of the afternoon for me to list all of them. You want to come up, Pearl? Come on, Leonard. Pearl and her husband, Leonard, have been married for 45 years. They're high school sweethearts, and we're very fortunate they ended up here in Hoffman Estates. We do want to honor you, Pearl. I have, number one, I have a resolution sponsored by State Representative Fred Crespo in your honor, went through the Illinois General Assembly.
Thank you.
Very nice. Pearl was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. As I mentioned, she and Leonard have been married for 45 years, and they have a wonderful son, Dante Ryan Henderson. And Pearl has served in many, many different capacities professionally and in a volunteer capacity. So the Village of Hoffman Estates and the Cultural Awareness Commission of the Village of Hoffman Estates is proud to present a certificate of appreciation to Pearl Henderson for outstanding work as Commissioner and Chair of the Cultural Awareness Commission for the Village of Hoffman Estates from August 19th, 2002 through June 1st, 2021. Thank you. One of the great things about Pearl is she's also one of the finest people I've ever met in my life. I also have one more thing I would like to say, Pearl, and that is, be it therefore resolved that I, William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of this Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim Saturday, October 23rd, 2021 as Pearl Henderson Day in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and we urge everyone to enjoy in its celebration and in appreciation of all that Pearl has done for our great community. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you. Do you want to say a few words, Pearl? Do you want to say a few words? You gotta say a few.
Just a few. I want to thank everyone for coming out today to support this event, and I want to thank the mayor and the trustees and everyone that supported me and our commission throughout the years. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor McLeod. And thank you for recognizing the volunteer work in our community. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. But we also have today a speaker. We are privileged to have an outstanding speaker. His name is Andres Acosta. Andres earned his master's in social work from Michigan State University. He works at Hoffman State High School and specializes in young adults and adults with multiple special needs. He's a presenter in community groups, corporations, and schools on topics such as stress management, suicide, dealing with difficult people, understanding your purpose, behavioral management, and substance abuse. Andres works in the public and private sector. He has more than 25 years of experience in bilingual social work. Andres has been married for 28 years and has 5 children. Andres comes from a large immigrant family, and he's one of 11 children. Yeah, you heard it correctly, 11 children. And it's part of the first generation to go to college. That's a great accomplishment. Mr. Acosta will share with us 3 things we can reinforce in our children to maximize their potential. Para nuestros hispanos, hoy tenemos el privilegio de tener a un presentador. Su nombre es Andrés Acosta. Andrés ha sido un clínico licenciado bilingüe por más de 25 años. Andrés tiene una maestría en trabajo social clínico de la Universidad Estatal de Michigan. Andrés tiene una rica historia de trabajo con adolescentes, adultos con múltiples necesidades y sus familias con resultado de problemas psiquiátricos y o de aculturación. Andrés se especializa en trabajar con trastornos del estado de ánimo, problemas de crianza, trastornos de comportamiento y adolescentes con abuso de sustancias. Andrés actualmente trabaja tiempo completo para la escuela Hoffman State High School como trabajador social y escolar. También presenta seminarios a una variedad de grupos comunitarios, corporaciones y escuelas sobre temas como manejar el estrés, identificación de propósito en nuestras vidas, cambio corporativo, crianza de hijos y manejo de personas difíciles. También en el suicidio y la intimidación. Él tiene 28 años de casado y tiene 5 hijos. Hoy él nos dará 3 cosas como reforzar con nuestros hijos para maximizar su potencial. Let's give him a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. I feel very less accomplished after hearing the introduction from Ms. Henderson there. It is such, working in the schools, working in the high schools, I will tell you that it is individuals like yourself that make our job in the schools so much better. When it is a community and school effort combined, I think wonderful things can happen, especially as our mayor had just mentioned, when you're in a community that is so diverse. I don't know if you all can appreciate how diverse we are, but Hoffman Estates High School is the #1 most diverse high school in the state of Illinois. And so you think about that, you think about Chicago, and you think about all the surrounding suburbs, and we are the #1 most diverse high school in the state of Illinois. The #8 most diverse high school in the whole country. So that is represented. All you have to do, if you doubt that at all, is just take 5 seconds to look around this room, and you'll notice how rich with culture, values that we have in our community. And so what I'm here to talk about today, as you're enjoying your food and enjoying the music, which I thought for a second, what if I presented while he was playing his music? That would be different. I think that might catch on. I think that might be something on the horizon that I'll try. So 3 things that I wanted to do. The technology isn't cooperating here, but I'm going to share those. There's just 3 quick points that I wanted to make sure that all of you as adults and individuals try and do. And I'll have handouts for you that you can have, so they're little reminders that you can take home with you. Y también tengo la información que voy a estar presentando en español aquí para que cuando termine ahí tengan la información y pueden llevar a casa. So, wow, right on cue, my friend. 3 things to reinforce with your student or young person in order to maximize success, specifically school success. Now, school and success are synonymous, right? In this country, part of what we talk about and part of what we value is the education that is available to all our young people. We know that that opens up so many doors for individuals in this country. We also know what we tell our young people, that after high school, there are plenty of other options that they can partake in. It doesn't have to be a college or university. It can be a community college. It can be a trade school. It can be an apprenticeship. There are many, many opportunities. But we're all students, right? Whether we're in a school or not, we're always constantly learning, and that's what this presentation is all about. So, number 1 thing that we want to do out of 3. Number 1, we want to share and build up. What do we mean by sharing and building up, adults? That means your young person needs to know from the start that regardless of the family's history, the best personal growth is their destiny. What that means is that we're not creating obstacles. What we're doing instead is we're talking about their destiny. We're talking excitedly about what's to come. Because for many of us, right? For many of us, we have a tendency to have a negative point of view because life is tough, right? And we talk about things that are difficult. And sometimes we have a tendency as adults to test our young people, to challenge our young people, and we don't have that adequate support of challenge and support. We just do a lot of challenge. We tell them about how tough life is. You don't know how hard it is. You don't know how many hours I work. You don't know how much this costs. You don't know how you have to go to school. And they just get bombarded. The number 1 thing we want to do to our young people is we want to tell them that they have a destiny that is completely open to them. That we have tools and resources. Specifically in this area, we are blessed to have District 211 resources that are available to all of our students. Incredible. And I have worked all over the country in different venues, and I will tell you that we are very, very fortunate to have the resources that we do here in the country, in this community. Number 2, under sharing and building up, we want to assure them that if they don't know, and you don't know, because many of us don't, I work in the field, and every year information changes. If they don't know, you don't know, somebody knows. Right? You don't know, I don't know, somebody knows. Somebody has the answers, and here's the part that sometimes we miss. Together, son, daughter, together with parents, with guardians, with grandparents, whoever's watching you, whoever's caring for you, together we can find this information out. Nowadays, it's even easier, right? Because we have this. Young people are so accustomed to having their phones out, it is easy to find that information. But try and do that together. Try and encourage that time together. And then the last thing is to stay calm. Life is a journey. We as parents are right there beside them for the entirety. I also have a private practice, and I don't have to have a private practice to tell me this, but once you're a parent, you're a parent for life. It doesn't matter whether your child is 12 years old and trying to figure out 7th grade, or whether they're 45 and they need to figure out whether they need to refinance their mortgage, right? You're still there. You're still there as a parent, and they need to know that this is a united team, collaborative effort that's going to continue into the future, right? We want to work in unison. So number 2, besides building up, we want to make sure that we identify their support network and its purpose and importance, right? So we want to talk about who is there to answer questions, who is there to offer supports, who is there to share concerns with. Now, being a high school social worker, I will tell you that a lot of my time is spent hearing your young person talk about things that I dare to say probably they are not sharing with you, right? Is that good or bad? Is that good or bad that they're sharing things with me that they're not sharing with you? We want to say it's bad because it's our pride, right? We feel bad as a parent, like, why aren't they telling me? But it's good that at least they're telling someone, and that someone can help them out. So we want to be able to create this network of support around them, let them know that they can trust their counselor, their teacher, their coach. Maybe it's their neighbor, maybe it's their grandparent, maybe it's their uncle. It's people around them that they can trust. Have constructive and honest discussions at home so that they feel that you are on the same team. If they're not telling you, one of the first things when they tell me, because some of you might be saying, wait a second, what is my son or daughter telling you, and do I know this? I am telling you that I don't necessarily need to hang on to that information. I will tell that young person, I'm going to share this with your mom and dad because I think that they need to know. And sometimes they'll be like, nope, I don't want you to say anything. And then that's where our dialogue talks about the importance of sharing and having people in your network. And so 9 out of 10 times it's something I end up sharing with parents and they end up knowing. Good things, talk about good things at home, talk about difficult things at home, talk about things that are relevant to them, not just about your bills and the phone bill and the gas prices. Talk about their friends, talk about their activities, talk about why they're not involved in activities. And then the last point that I want to make sure, and this is a tough one, we got to be realistic. We got to be realistic about what's going on in the world around us. One of the things that I always start with young people and their families is this. Because for a lot of them, they do this. Now, for us as parents who spent $700 on that, we're like, goodness gracious, be careful. They don't realize that it costs $700 because we're not being realistic with them. We're not telling them the truth. All we're saying is, happy birthday. All we're saying is, here you go. And so part of it is we need to be realistic about what things mean, what things value. One of the first points that I put up here is that they're not grown up, but our society wants to make them feel grown up so that they can spend money like they are grown up. Oh, but by the way, it's not their money, right? It's your money. And so part of it is we need to be real with them. We need to be real about the amount of work it takes to reach goals that they may have, the cost of college, the effort of good grades, the importance of emotional and social maturity, what it's like to be kind, what it's like to be respectful, what it's like to value other cultures, what it means to be a neighbor, right? And then the last thing that I wanted to share is we want to talk about their passion and their inherent gifts. Are all of our young people going to be doctors and lawyers and engineers? No. No, they're not. We need to be real with our young people about what it is that they're gifted in. How do we know what they're gifted in if we never have discussions, if we never tell them what they're good at, if we never tell them what they're gifted in? They need to hear that from us. So we need to spend as much time reinforcing that whole giftedness, the passion that they have. Wow, hon, you're a really good singer. Wow, hon, you're very kind. Wow, hon, you're very organized. And no thing that they do well is too small to mention. It's all worth mentioning, right? So the last slide that I just want to say to you and encourage you is with those three things that we're reinforcing to our young people. So how do we make this practical? Do these things. I have these little handouts for you. Just grade yourselves on a weekly basis. You're not handing this in and getting a free coupon at Culver's, right? There's no free cheeseburger at McDonald's. What this translates into is this translates into your child being happy and contented. Am I doing these things? Am I building them up? Am I sharing with them? Am I identifying their support network and who's there for them? Am I being realistic with them? Do they know the realities of the situation that they're in the world that we live in? It's a mental checklist that you take part in every single week. It's something that I do with my 4 of them adult children, one of them still under 18, but I do it all the time. Because if I don't do it for myself, guess what happens? They let me know where I'm failing. How do they let me know? Do they come up and tell me? No. Sometimes they show me. Sometimes when they don't pay a bill, or sometimes when they're not kind to their spouse, or sometimes when they're not kind to their neighbor, or sometimes where they're not putting in 100% effort. Part of our short-sightedness as adults is we think sometimes that if we just feed them and give them shelter, that that's sufficient. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough that that is lacking in terms of our preparation of our young people. So I just wanted to reinforce, I wanted everyone to enjoy themselves. I think that part of the purpose in us sharing this today was not only to appreciate our cultures and appreciate our families and our values, but then to make those things work on a daily basis with our young people. Thank you very much for giving me this time to share today. Enjoy.
Muchísimas gracias, Andrés. Thank you, Andrés. And I don't know about you, but I would always interested in hearing tips on parenting, because that's a never-ending job, and we need to hear it as parents. And the kids in the room, they're like, ooh, okay, parents need to grade themselves. Okay, you go home, kids, today and say, Mom and Dad, what grade did you give yourself, right? But it's a never-ending job, and we love them dearly, but we can always need and listen to tips on parenting. So thank you, and please give Andres another round of applause for being here. Thank you so much for what you do. And we're going to continue with our program and our performers, and I'm going to give the mic to Jimena. Jimena?
Hello, I hope you're having fun today. I hope you like the food, you like the speech. I'm so happy to see Mr. Acosta. I know him personally because my 2 daughters went to Hoffman State High School. And I'm very proud that the school they went was very diverse. I remember, hearing sometimes people say, oh, that school's too diverse. Don't be afraid of that. That's the best thing you could have. Diversity is richness. And thank you for being here. But we're going to start with our dance program. We try to invite, like today in food, you have some Cuban, some Colombian, and Mexican, of course. I hope you enjoy that. We have 3 countries today. We have Ecuador, we have Bolivia, and Mexico. I am from Bolivia myself. So we have dancers. I belong to a dance troupe called Yo Nacer Boliviano. So I'm going to introduce Ecuador first. Our Ecuadorian dancers are going to perform first. Let's introduce Taki Sumac. Thank you so much. Did you like this? Good. We're going to go to Mexico, and we have a Grupo Quetzal that always helps us every year. So I'm going to read about it. It's a dance troupe dedicated to celebrating and keeping alive the Latin American culture through folkloric regional dances from Mexico, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. It is a group that promotes respect, acceptance, and the appreciation of our cultural diversity and dignity encountered in our communities. Grupo Quetzal is under the direction of Adelita Mizayer and the dance teachers Adriana and Miss Daisy. They have been honored to be recipients of several dance specialty and parade theme awards from past events. So we have today, you're going to see two dances. The first one is Arreando la Mula, and it's a polka, a cowboy dance style from the state of north of Baja California, which is located just south of the state of California. It's a very happy and lovely song. And with the second dance will be from Chihuahua. It's called the Chihuahua a la Concordia. It's another polka dance, this time from the state of Chihuahua, which is located in the northern area of Mexico and is the country's largest state. The rhythm is norteño, like polka, which is unique in that, and it uses the saxophone in addition to traditional accordion. Let's welcome Grupo Quetzal. they're coming back for one more dance. Now I'm going to introduce the Renacer Boliviano Dance Troupe. We are a group that we were founded about 30 some years ago. We do two parts. One is Renacer Boliviano, that we assist a lot of needy people in Bolivia. We do fundraisers, and we send people to organizations or places they need. Also, we have the dance troupe, where we show our culture. We've performed in a lot of parades. We perform in Thanksgiving parade. Usually we're shown, broadcasted in TV. This year we're going to be in TV again. But I'm going to introduce two dances. The first one will be Caporales. From the Carnival, which is like Mardi Gras time, we have a lot of we have a lot of it's like a parade every year with a lot of dances in Oruro, and we have the typical outfits have become to this outfit. We do a lot of embroidery, but because we do it every year, it's becoming more and more popular, and this is one of the favorite dancers in Bolivia right now. It's called Caporales. Thank you. So we're going to have Mexico again. The last song is called Los Machetes. It's a Jalisco, it's a Pacific Coast state in Mexico. It's the birthplace of mariachi music. In rural regions, machetes are used for clearing the overgrowth of jungle. However, the young men always look for opportunities to impress the ladies of the countryside. So the dance of the machetes was created by impressing the ladies with their fancy command of both steps and their work tools.
While we're waiting, I just want to take this opportunity and say thank you to all the Plum Girl parents who came, brought their kids to experience a little bit of culture. As Jimena was pointing out, there are posters in the back of the room from each country in Latin America, and they were in fact done by our 7th grade students. And then there are other projects, poetry by 8th grade students. So this is one way to learn about Latin America, and hopefully we brought you a taste, just a little bit of a taste of Latin America in the projects, in the food, in the dances. It takes a lot of work and effort.
Okay, there we go, Jalisco. so much for coming. We have our last performance before we do something for the kids. Renacer Boliviano again. We're going to have a dance from Potosí. It's called Tincus. It's a dance from when people get together in the country and then they dance. Potosí's altitude is about 14,000 feet high. And I don't know how they could dance there because I am from La Paz, 12,000 feet high, but when I travel to Bolivia now, it's very hard to breathe. But this is a beautiful, we use a lot of colors, hats, and you will see a beautiful dance. We have a little performer that is going to do her debut today, Luli. So let's give a round of applause for Renacer Boliviano and the Tinku.
No seré tan lindo ni tendré
Thank you. That was excellent. The dances, having three countries, having different cultures, it was very nice for everyone to see. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I would thank everyone that came and everybody that danced. Thank you so much for coming.
I do want to, again, thank you all for coming. Thank you to the commission. I do want to mention Jimena Atristain Bigurra is the lady that did the organizing for the performance, which was awesome. I also want to thank Susan Cooper, Demetrius Gibson, Sandra Laos, Eric Fox, Catherine McCook, Arlene Montañez. This is the commission that puts together this event. So please give them a round of applause. Jimena over here, Sandra over there, and Catherine over there. Oh yes, Arlene, wave over here too. Oh yeah, forgot. And Eric, did I forget Kevin? And did I forget anybody? I think Jean, thank you, Jean.
My husband, Jose Bigurra.
Oh, yes, and I want to thank Jose over here, behind the scenes. We couldn't do without you, so thank you so much. Thank you to the dancers that came in. Thank you, Jimena, for doing all that. Okay, Sandra. Oh, I almost forgot, Jose. We have Jose over here, and we have Jose over here. Jose is so great music, Jose. Thank you again. This event takes place every year in October. It's in the Citizen, so keep an eye out every year, and every year the entertainment is different. Food, we try to vary up from different countries. You get to see student work, performance, food, and we try to make it different a little bit every year. So thank you so much for coming out today. And on behalf of the Village of Hoffman Estates, Mayor McLeod, the Commission, thank you all for coming.
Our speaker.
And our speaker, I almost forgot our speaker. Thank you. You were awesome. Thank you. I would like to thank the Cultural Awareness Commission for their persistence, their hard work, and dedication on this event.